So we're going to do a couple of questions from the review dealing with negative exponents and having to create them positive. So the first question I want to tackle is question 1m, which has x to the exponent negative 2 over y to the exponent 4, and then all in brackets to the exponent 2. So what we're going to do, this is one of the exponent laws. When you have an exponent outside of a bracket, you're going to multiply the exponents together. And that's going to, but that negative 2 not only applies to the x, but it applies to the y as well, because you have brackets around both, not just like the x to the negative 2 or just the y to the power of 4. So you end up, so negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 gives you x to the exponent 4, and 4 multiplied by negative 2 gives you y to the negative 8. Now, in order to leave exponents positive, you basically make them their inverse. So you're only moving the fraction around, or the part of the fraction around that has the negative exponent. So that would be that y to the negative 8. So our final answer is going to be x to the power of 4, y to the exponent 8. Okay. Now, if we look at a different question, question 1n, okay, we do the same thing, but we have a slightly different question. So question 1n is negative, and then we have the whole fraction is negative, x squared y to the power of 3 over z, and that whole thing is bracket to the exponent 4. So again, that exponent 4 will apply to everything in the brackets, okay? But because we have a negative sign here, really what that's saying is we have a negative 1x. That's how we really should be reading that question, because in algebra, we don't like to keep those variables negative, okay? So that 4 will also apply to that exponent negative 1. So we end up with negative 1 to the exponent 4, x to the exponent 8, y to the exponent 12, all over z to the exponent 4. Okay. Now, in this situation, because we have no negatives, there's nothing really problematic. However, we do have to consider the negative 1 to the power of 4, which really, if we were to expand, it would be negative 1 multiplied by negative 1, multiplied by negative 1, multiplied by negative 1. And you have a negative times a negative gives you a positive, and that would be times again by a negative, and then that would be and then you'd have a negative again. So the actual answer would become a positive 1. So that's why your final answer becomes x to the exponent 8, y 12 over z not to the 12, I apologize for that, z to the power of 4.